Bazzani from Italy. I have two questions, one to Kate Winslet. You told before you are incredibly happy for the nomination, but did you expect the nomination for...
Sorry, you're talking about the movie, not about the Oscars. Sorry for that, Mr. Berlin Festival, thank you.
It's okay, it's okay. So, no question for Miss Winslet. A question to the director, I'm sorry. A question to the director and writer, maybe. Why did you choose to tell the story running through the time, back and forward?
I think that's an excellent question for David.
Thank you.
Because the film is not about the events, it's about the effect of the events on Michael, and it's about the, you know, it's not about the Holocaust, it's about post-war Germany. And so you need to move through time in order to represent the impact of the events on Germany and on the effect of his life. You know, it's been impossible for Michael Berg to live because of the experience that he had, which has been both a great blessing and a great curse in his life. And so I had to give a sense of the passage of time and the profundity of the effect of the event on his life, from which he's only liberated in the last few frames of the film.
I think the other aspect of it is that obviously the book is written in the first-person narrative, and so one needs to find a filmic equivalence of the act of writing the book, the act of release in terms of writing and understanding through writing of this story that the character comes to, who's in the first person. And so David came up with the idea of a filmic equivalence. We obviously could have had a man sitting at a typewriter and a little voiceover, but the act of telling seemed to be more important to tell the next generation, so in the act of telling his daughter, it is an act of release.
Question there on the right side, please.
Yeah, hi, Niels from Norway. I got a question for Stephen and a question for Kate. In this year there are many films dealing with the Holocaust and the impact of it, and the actual event also. Why do you think there are so many Holocaust-based movies right now?
Well, as David just said, I don't think this is a Holocaust movie. It's a movie about post-war Germany. It starts in 1958 and ends in 1995.
Yeah, but it's dealing with the impact of it.
It is, on the generation of Germans that lived after the war, and I think that's the issue of Mr. Schlink's novel, of course, is about the effect of it upon a generation of Germans who were brought up after the war, who were, in a sense, being brought up under a veil of silence, and then what happens with the knowledge when they find that knowledge. Mr. Talk more about that. I mean, but in terms of, there are many films made about the Holocaust, and I hope and assume there will be many more films made about the Holocaust. Most of those films are made from the perspective of victims, as is right, and very few films are made with perpetrators as dominant characters, and this in that sense is a very unusual film, and therefore is bound to elicit a certain amount of controversy.